Hi, my name is Romulus Crișan and I'm a language platform evangelist at SDL. In this video, I would like to discuss with you about how you can release Studio plugins using Octopus Deploy. But before jumping to the actual presentation, let me highlight some of the key things you should be familiar with that will help you better understand what I'm going to present now. First of all, you should be aware and familiar with key concepts of Octopus Deploy and how you can use Octopus to release your applications. And of course, you should be familiar with SDL Studio API and how you can develop plugins for Studio. If you're not familiar, you can start and learn about them by going to the links you can see on the screen. Let's go now to the actual presentation. Studio plugins are usually distributed using installer. This is how OpenExchange is currently working. But what if you are developing a plugin which is used only in your company by internal users and you would like to be in complete control of when they are installing their plugins, when they are updating the plugins, and do it frictionless without any issues and automatically. This is not achievable with simple installers, so I would like to show you how we can achieve that using Octopus. I have here Octopus web application. For the moment my dashboard is empty, and this is because I don't have any projects or environments configured. During this video I will show you how I create environment and projects and how can I publish then my plugin, my Studio plugin, with Octopus. The first step would be to create an environment. So I'm going to the environments, add an environment which I'm going to call Studio Test. On this environment I'm going to add a new machine. At this moment I need to pair my Octopus web server with my client machine where I would like to get my application deployed. For that I will need to use the tentacle agent, which is the Octopus client. I'm going to copy the link and I'm going to my client machine. At this moment I'm going to stop the video and jump directly when I'm finished with installing the Octopus tentacle. I now have the Octopus tentacle deployed on my client machine. I just need to configure it. So I'm clicking here to get started. First step, nothing to change. Second step, it's about storage and where to install your application, but I'm not going to change it since it's fine for me. Third step, communication style. I'm going to select listening tentacle. You can also select pooling tentacle if you want for the client to ask the server about any changes for any apps. Next step, I have the listening tentacle. I need to specify a port where my tentacle will listen for messages, and also I need to specify a thumbprint which I need to get from the Octopus web application. I'm copying it from here. I'm now going back here and add it. Okay, this should be fine, and I'm going to hit install. This step, installing the tentacle, it's a one-time operation. Once you have them installed on the machine, you can use it for any project in any environments you would like to use this machine. So it's just a one-time job. Okay, now I'm going to finish it and I'm done configuring the client. I need to go back now to my Octopus web server where I need to also specify the host name of the client I just configured. I have the host name here and I'm going to click discover, and it identified my client, and it also has a display name which is the Studio Test. That's the name of my machine. It also have a thumbprint here from the client. If you want to verify that, I can go here and see here. This is the thumbprint from the client which I can now see here. This is part of the Studio Test environment, but I can add multiple. I don't have other environments, and I specify some roles, and I'm going to specify application role and runner since it's going to run my scripts. Listening tentacle, and just hit save button. Now you see here I have a star, and this is because the server didn't yet verified a full connectivity with the client, but this should change in a few moments. So now I have the environment set up. The next step would be to create a new project. So let's go do that. Going to the projects, add a project which I'm going to call number verifier, because that's the name of the Studio plugin I'm going to deploy using Octopus. Once the project is created, you would see here on the left side a couple of tabs. Let's go and explore them. The first one is Process, and this is the place where you can define deployment steps. In our case, since it's a plugin for Studio, we just need to copy it into the plugins folder. The next tab, which is called Variables, it's used to replace values from app settings or connection strings if you want to do something like that. Next tab is Releases, and as you can see at the moment I'm not able to create any release since I don't have any deployment process, basically no steps defined. Every time you would like to deploy a new version of your application, you need to create a new release. The last tab, it's about Settings, and this is just general information. So now let's go back to the process and try to create a step to deploy. You can see now the type of steps I'm able to create. In order to deploy my Studio plugin, I need to create a NuGet package and deploy a NuGet package. NuGet packages are used by Octopus to deploy your application. So, how can we create a NuGet package? For that, we need a tool which is called NuGet Package Explorer, which can be found at this address. You can search it on Google. Once you're on this page, you will have here a download button. I'm not going to download it since I already have it installed. Let me bring it up. This tool allows you to create a manifest file, which is just an XML that will be then used to generate the NuGet package. You can create a new manifest file by going here, New, and you can see now I have a package metadata information where I can edit general information about my package, and I'm also able to add contents to my package by adding a new file. I'm not going to create a new one since I already have created one for my plugin. Let me just open it. I have a package for my plugin which is called Number Verifier, and you can see here on the left side I have a bunch of general information, and as a package content I have the SDL plugin which is going to be copied into the plugins folder in Studio. Using this manifest, let's generate our NuGet package that we need for Octopus. In order to generate the package, we need to install a tool which is called Octopus. But before installing it, let me bring up the Visual Studio solution for my Studio plugin. So I have here the solution for the Community Number Verifier plugin, and I would like to install Octopack for this plugin. This is done by using Manage NuGet Packages, searching about Octopack, and click Install. Octopack is used as an extension for MS Build. So, in order to generate the package, we need to run MS Build. Let me now bring the console and build our solution for our plugin. So I'm going to run MS Build. I'm going to select the target build. I'm going to add configuration to be release. This is a standard build just to verify that our plugin is compiling correctly. The next step is to generate our NuGet package. In order to generate our NuGet package, I need to enhance my previous command and specify that I want Octopack to generate my NuGet package from the manifest file I've showed you earlier. So I'm running the command now, and it should generate my NuGet package on my local machine. So you can see here it was generated, my NuGet package. There is also a way that we can publish our NuGet package automatically to Octopus. Let me show you the complete command to do that. So, let's have a look on what I'm having here. I'm having MS Build, and specifying the solution, and specifying the build target. I want the configuration to be released. I want Octopack to run, and I'm specifying here Octopack publish package to HTTP, where I'm specifying my URL to my Octopus server, adding NuGet/packages, and of course I'm specifying a publish API key, which you can generate from Octopus web application. Let's run now our command and publish our NuGet package to Octopus. This will build again our plugin, generate the NuGet package, and push this package to Octopus. You can see here that my package was pushed to Octopus. Let's go and see if we can find it in Octopus Web Application now. So let me close this. In order to see if your package was published to Octopus, you should go to Library, and here in Packages you should see if your package was published. Also here you are able to generate your API key, but you should do that before running the command, because you need that in order to publish your package successfully. So I'm now having here my package. I can go in here and I can see the version and the size. Now with this package, I think we should be able to create our steps for our project. So let me go back and add step, select deploy a NuGet package. I'm going to specify here deploy as the step name. I'm going to select application and runner as roles, and the NuGet package ID I would like to deploy is called SDL Community Number Verifier. This is a pretty nice lookup I can receive here. Now I would like to copy my plugin into the Studio Plugins folder, but by default Octopus will use the folder specified on Octopus Tentacle, so I need to override that. In order to do that, I need to go here, configure features, and select custom installation directory and hit apply. And I can see here a new section where I can specify the folder I would like to be used in order to deploy our application. So I'm going to use program data, because that's one of the locations where SDL Studio is looking after plugins. So let me just copy the complete path. Now I'm going to hit save here in order to generate our step. Now I have the step generated, so I'm going to be able to create a new release for our application. I'm going to the releases and I'm going to create our first release. This is version 00.1, but I can change it to this version if I would like, and I'm going to do that now. I can also add some release notes. I'm going to add deploy with Octopus only. I'm going to hit save. Once the release is created, I'm then able to publish this to one of my environments. So I'm able to specify deploy to Studio Test, which is my only environment I have created, but I can specify other environments if I would have other also. In my case, I'm not having any other environments, I'm going just to deploy here on Studio Test, which is going to publish my application on the client I've configured earlier. So now the task is in progress and the deploy should be successful in a couple of seconds. I can drill down to the task log and see what happened, and I can see that the package was acquired from Octopus, and then it's starting the deploy on my machine and then copied into the folder I specified. So at this point I should be able to go to my machine and see if I have the plugin working. So I'm just going to open Studio and I can see here my plugin. There are lots of benefits you can get from this approach of releasing Studio plugins. I really think you should try it in your organization and see where you end up with. I hope this was helpful for you. Goodbye.